Okay, what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you all how to open up the Loomis 24-hour urinalysis requisition and fill it out. Possibly you have pre-printed ones in your kits, okay? But if not, or if, let's say, your client lost theirs and they need to fill it out and send it in with the kit, I'll show you where to go. So first of all, have them go to www.24hrurine.com. That's www.24hrurine.com. Okay? Well, they'll click the step by step, and you can either do that on the menu bar or here at the bottom. Okay? Makes no difference. Just go into step 3, filling out a requisition. Okay, we'll scroll down. You could definitely read this if you want to. Here's the 24-hour Loomis Urinalysis requisition. It's a PDF. Just click on that. Okay, it'll open up, and what we have here is the 24-hour Loomis Urinalysis sample collection requisition. Okay, step 1, practitioner information. This is where you'll insert your information. Okay, the practitioner information will go here. So either the client or you will enter this. If you received kits from us, we already fill these out for you and we put them inside the box. Okay, so let's just put practitioner information here. All right, and then we'll enter the address. It's really important to have this information so we know who to bill, okay? And this is really critical, this information right here. Who do we send the Loomis 24-hour urinalysis results to, okay? So this is usually a default when you set up and you fill out the membership form with us, okay? So for example, I want these results for this requisition that we're going to create sent to me. All right, so over here we're going to have the client. This is the last name of our client. First name, age, gender, height, and weight. All right. So down here, step 3, we're going to check. We want the Loomis 24-hour urinalysis, so we're going to check the 24HR Loomis urinalysis right here, the box to the left. We're also going to mark, let's see, we want a quick heavy metal added onto this, okay? So now, this is not a retest. If it was a retest, we would mark this box. Step 4, preparing for the collection. Check with your healthcare provider prior to discontinuing any prescriptions. Okay, OTCs, so pretty much just read through this. Important factor right now is freeze the cold packs. You want to make sure inside the kit, you open up the kit and there'll be a cold pack. So we'll want to freeze that right now, okay? Let's see, step 5, missed a collection, okay? If you miss a collection, your client needs to start the process again. So try to make sure you don't. We get a lot of questions on when to stop, so we'll go through that part right in step 6. Okay, collecting in a non-medical 3,000 milliliter collection container, or not properly refrigerating or not shipping the sample in a timely manner may cause the sample to test positive for nitrates. Please use an ice bucket for refrigeration. Okay. So we offer 3,000 milliliter collection containers that you would see in most hospital settings or professional settings. So some people out there use distilled water jugs. Well, water a lot of times has nitrates. Sometimes mold and different things will grow in there. So we don't necessarily recommend that. That's why we use brand new 3,000 milliliter collection containers in our staff's practices. Okay, so use an ice bucket for sample refrigeration. Some people put it in the refrigerator, but it's urine in the refrigerator. So I just think it's nice to keep a cheap $1, $2 little foam cooler or a little trash can that you have. Put a little liner in it with some ice and put your 3,000 milliliter container in that, and just keep the ice for 24 hours. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, the 24-hour collection period begins when you get up in the morning and empty your bladder. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll go in, you'll discard the first morning urine. So let's say it's 7 a.m. Your alarm clock just goes off. You go to the restroom. Okay, well, you'll write that date and time here. So it's 7 a.m. on the 21st. Oh, classic error there. New year. Okay, there we go. When a specimen was voided and discarded, so we discard this at 7 a.m. We're not going to keep it. Okay, using the collection container, collect all the urine voidings day and night for the next 24 hours. Exactly 24 hours after you start the test, urinate one last time and pour the urine into the storage container. This is the end of your test. Write the statement. So let's say the next morning, let's say we get up at 6:45. That's 15 minutes. That's okay. We're talking, if you get up at like 4 in the morning, 3 hours, but you don't have to go at 7, but you go at 7:30 or so. That's okay also. All right, so let's just put the 22nd and 7:30. All right, so please record the 24-hour urine collection volume here found on the side of the orange container. So, a lot of people don't go over 3,000, but I'm going to show you what to do if that case is. So most people are at 1850 to 2200, somewhere in there. Okay, if you're at 3,000, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to keep on reading. Or if you're less, okay, if you're less than 600, we want to mark that there. If you secrete more than 3,000, what we're going to do is we're going to mark that right in here. Okay, so we did that. Finally, all right, so here's this deal on the 3,000. Okay, so if you have 3,000, your orange container is full. All right, we will mix the urine by inverting 3+ times and pour off 1,500 milliliters and mark this box. So pour it slowly. You want to mix the sediment up. That's what you're primarily doing. Okay, so you're evenly distributing the sediment within the total volume. So we'll mark that because we're over 3,000 milliliters on this client. Finally, write the finished total here. Okay, so we pour it off to 1,500 milliliters. Okay, so we know 1,500 essentially is our zero. Okay, so what we're going to do to get this total, we're going to take 3,000 milliliters minus 1,500 plus the finished total. Okay, so just use a calculator. It's pretty simple. So 1,500 milliliters is a zero. So we already know we're at 3,000. Okay, so anything above that 1,500, we know we need to add that. Okay, so let's say we have I don't know, 1850. Let's go with 1850. That's 350 additional milliliters, right? So 3,000 minus 1,500 plus the total. All right, so we're looking at 3,050. Okay, so you can just write it there. Might want to write it here. You could write it here also. Just as long as you have the total. I mean, that's the whole key. Now, for example, let's say you use a distilled water jug, something we do not recommend. But here's the most people, go to Walmart and they purchase, the 1 gallon distilled. We want to use distilled water jugs because there's less of a chance for nitrate in the distilled water jug, okay? So place this bottom edge of paper. So that means the very bottom of this, very bottom, not where the black stops, because that's a printing margin. But down here at the very bottom, we're going to put that up against our jug, and we're going to make a mark right here. And then we're going to write that number right here. So not on the jug, but on the water jug. If you have an orange container, that already has graduated marks on it. And plus, it's a way more professional way to do this. Okay? So, step 7. Let's read this. If you awaken at 7 a.m. on the day you begin the 24-hour collection, urinate into the toilet and write the date and 7 a.m. in the collection started space. Collect all urine during the day and night for the next 24 hours, pouring each collection into the container. Set your alarm to awaken the next morning at 7 a.m. Urinate into the cup and pour the urine into the container. Some people will urinate into. We have hats that we also sell online at www.24hrurine.com. That's another nice, easy way for your client to collect this urine. So step 8, packing the sample. So you're going to go to urine kit, get the sample cup. There'll be a small sample cup. And you're going to fill out the information on the label on that sample cup. So client information goes on there and the practitioner information, so we know who the sample belongs to. We totally, we want to make sure that we're matching the requisition and the samples. Or if you're sending in several samples together, so we know which family member or which person they belong to. Some people put multiple samples in these. Okay, so... All right. So before you pour off, you always want to invert. You always want to, mix it up. The inverting is just turning it over, rocking it upside down in there. Hold on to that cap. You don't want to spill it. All right. Fill the transfer cup and secure lid tightly. Okay. Place sample cup in the portion of the bio bag which you retrieved it from, along with the absorbent towel. So the absorbent towel and that goes in the same deal, okay? You'll put that back in the box with the requisition on the other side of the pouch, or just put the requisition in the box, okay? Then you'll put it in the Fedex laboratory pouch, okay? We're going to move on to the shipping instructions. So here is the 24-hour Loomis Urinalysis shipping instructions. So we're going to make sure every step is filled out as we did above. Step 2, fill out the date you ship the kit here. So we're going to ship ours tomorrow. Even though it's Friday, it's winter, and it'll get here Monday for sure. We don't take Saturday deliveries, but that's okay, because it's a short time. We're trying to test these within 72 hours is our goal. That's why, because these nitrates start to grow in these. All right, so 72 hours is a long time for urine to be sitting around. So even at a cooled refrigerator time. All right. So step 3, remove the cold packs from the freezer. You put those in there at the very beginning. Old kits have 2, new kits have 1. Place them in the shipping box. Note these are not intended to freeze a sample, but rather chill it. It just helps slow down the nitrates. So don't add. There's no need to add anything other. We've done this for so long, so don't add, your freezer cubes, and we get all kinds of crazy things in these kits, okay? We have people that put ice in a Ziploc baggie. Well, on the tarmac when it's 120 out there, that ice doesn't last long, and neither does this freezer pack. But the freezer pack keeps it cool a little bit, a couple more hours, helps out. But that ice, don't do it, because what happens is that'll melt, it comes out of that bag, and then the delivery people, they'll think, oh, that's a biohazard, urine, getting all over them. and they can end up coming back to the shipper and asking them questions and going after them about that, and which is not a great thing. Okay, our kits are IATA approved. What's in the kits? That's what you need to ship in the kits. That's it, nothing else. Okay. Matter of fact, if you do ship something else, usually we send out a warning, let you know. But if you do it a couple times, we're definitely not going to do the test for you anymore. We're done. We're moving on because we value these shippers that are shipping us. We use Fedex. It's up to you. You can throw away the Fedex lab pack if you want to. It's up to you. There's an additional charge. We have a great rate on it. I don't think you can beat our rate. So you can contact us for more information about that. Shipping's under the shipping step by step. So step 4, please only ship items you're sent and do not include anything else. Well, we just went over that. Step 5, place this form called the requisition / instructions in the pouch of the portion of the bio bag that does not contain the sample cup and paper towel. All right. So we did that. We're in step 6, place the bio bag in the shipping kit with the cold pack, secure the lid with the tape. That's pretty simple. These boxes stay shut inside the FedEx bags really well, so I already know, you put tape on it, that's okay. It doesn't need to be a lot of tape. We get them duct taped up. Believe me, we've done this so long that we have them. I've seen everything, okay? Dinosaur stickers on them and everything, that's okay. So step 7, place the FedEx return label on the FedEx clinical lab pack. If you're using our clinical lab packs, which are approved for laboratory shipping, which if you also are using some other, make sure it's in a clinical lab pack. United States Postal Service doesn't have a clinical lab pack. They have a fiber type of a pack, and if it leaks, it's coming through it, and they'll probably come investigate you or the shipper. Okay, so I would stay with FedEx or UPS, but our FedEx pricing is really a great deal. Okay, now step 8, place the shipping kit into the FedEx clinical lab pack. That's pretty self-explanatory, but you'd be amazed. So we'll receive these all the time, and some people forget to put the box in there, and you don't want your sample crushed. Your patient spent a lot of time collecting this sample, and they'll be upset if that was to happen. I mean, who wants to redo, collect their urine for another 24 hours? Not me. I've done a lot of these on myself, but it's, you already did it, and you want to get the results off, and let's, Okay, step 9. Drop the sealed FedEx clinical lab pack off at a FedEx location. So there's FedEx locations everywhere. Additional charges apply for FedEx pickups and Saturday deliveries. Let's see, on Saturday delivery, I don't think it's even an option anymore to mark that on there. They're just set. We have pre-filled out shipping slips now, so they're already. You just stick them on. They're not gonna, if you ship it on a Friday, you're not gonna pay extra. Okay, so don't worry about that. Let's see. Please note drop-offs will be refused by MRL. Okay, we have a lot of clients in our Kansas area, and they have to ship them too, because we have everything shipped to the same location at the same time, and that way we can track everything coming in. We can staff accordingly, so we can get the results out faster to you. If you drop these off, we won't accept them, when we're going to charge you for the shipping, because you're putting sample is shouldn't be done that way. All right, step 10, MRL accepts samples delivered by other carriers that offer clinical laboratory packs. So as we discussed, the UPS, they offer them. FedEx offers them. So it's up to you. You can ship them how you choose to. Just understand that we've done this for a long time, and if that sample spills, we can usually test the sample okay, if it's in our packs, and usually, we don't lose the sample that way, okay? Step 11. All right, note, depending on the test your doctor has ordered or the practitioner, you may be asked for a blood sample when you return your 24-hour urine sample. Schedule your practitioner 7 business days from laboratory receiving the sample, and we look forward to retesting you in 90 to 120 days, or as indicated by your practitioner. Okay, so here's the deal with this is we offer also a great deal through Chief Labs, the Loomis blood panel. Okay, so some of you might want to validate your testing with the Loomis blood work also. Retesting, to validate this test, everybody's going to ask when they're retested. A lot of people just test once, and you're just like, the people are talk about the cost and everything. Well, the client is going to see a lot more value when they're retested and they see the results change. People are like an onion also, remember. So it might, they might actually get a little worse, or they could get way better. It's as you're unpeeling those layers, you discover new things, and metabolically the body changes in that time. So the body's so fascinating on how it wants to keep in homeostasis. So all right, that's essentially it. This down here just discuss about the scale as we've gone over. It was used creating a great value distilled water container. This scale over here, you see other people, they have scales that are out there, but if you put them up to a jug and you actually measure off that urine into a beaker, their scales aren't correct. So I'm not sure what jug or what standard they used, okay? But there's other ones that you'll find out there on collecting volume in a 1 gallon. Well, this is the 1 gallon we used, and we check it all the time. So if there's an update, we'll update it. But this is accurate. I mean, you want to have an accurate total volume. Some of those other scales that are out there are off, 500, 600, 800 milliliters. So if you have any other questions, all right, visit www.24hrurine.com. We have videos and instructional, just like this video. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But thank you very much for choosing MRL for your Loomis 24-hour urine analysis collection needs.